Yo, what up, YouTube? We're getting ready to do another road trip in the Cadillac. This time we're headed from Dublin, Georgia down to Darien, Georgia for the blessing of the fleet tomorrow. So we're going to do this quick trip. My wife is already headed down in the Mercedes 450. So I'll be joining her tonight down at our brother-in-law's house. But anyway, this video tonight is going to make a lot of Tesla owners mad. So what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be comparing the Cadillac Super Cruise and just how outstanding it is and how it compares to the Tesla Autopilot. Especially now since Tesla has done away with the Autopilot and you now have to subscribe to the full self-driving. Now I know and understand that this is not a comparison when it comes to the full self-driving. However, I do believe that in many circumstances this will be just as good, especially when you get out into the open highway and onto the roads where it's mapped at. So let's make a ride and let's see how this compares to the Tesla Auto Steer. All right, so we're starting tonight's road trip out at 79% state of charge. Tells us we should have about 255 miles of range. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm not 100% sure that's what it's going to be because it's been pretty hot here in southern Georgia. And so real world speeds and real world um, temperature control inside the vehicle. Let's see what we'll get. But tonight's trip is not necessarily just about the efficiency. It's about the comfort. It's about the ride. It's about the handling. And the most important thing is we're going to check and see how GM Super Cruise compares to the Tesla Autopilot. Now we know and understand that the Super Cruise is not full self-driving, but I'm here to tell you, I've been very impressed with the way the Super Cruise handles, especially after the last time my wife and I were in San Antonio and we had the Tesla Model 3 long range that we had rented for the weekend while we were there with the Autopilot, sorry. And the fact that it kept reminding you to put your hands on the wheel. Now this Super Cruise, it is not the full self-driving, but I tell you what, when you get this baby out on the highway and on the map roads, it is fully hands-free until you have to get off the interstate and make a turn. So let's take a ride. We're headed down to Darien, Georgia to check out the best blessing of the fleet. And tonight we're going to ride expressly on Super Cruise as much as we can. see the green light representing the Super
There's a lane closure ahead.
So why are you getting over? There's a lane closure. Oh, I got you. So we got the Super Cruise going. We're cruising along at 75 miles an hour, and as of currently,
there's a lane closure ahead.
Efficiency is 2.6 miles per kilowatt, and so we're going to watch that. But like I said, tonight's deal is not about tonight's drive is not about efficiency. Tonight's drive is about Super Cruise versus the auto steer, and the fact that
there's a lane closure ahead.
The fact that when you drive a Tesla that has the autopilot, it reminds you constantly to keep your hands on the wheel. Whereas with the Super Cruise, for the most part, once you set it, you can let it go. Now, we understand that in construction zones and stuff like this, the Super Cruise has not gotten to the point where it will let you go through it hands-free. As again, this is not the Tesla's full self-driving. It is the Super Cruise. And so we're going to drive down. We've got 2.5 hours to get to our destination. And so we're gonna get through this little small construction zone and roll on out. Now, the other thing that I like about the Super Cruise is it will tell you how long during the trip that you will be able to have Super Cruise. So for example, I think out of the 2.5 hours of this trip, Super Cruise will be available 2 hours and 13 minutes of the 2 hours and 30 minutes of this trip. So sit back, relax, let's ride, and let's see how the Super Cruise goes in comparison to the Tesla auto steer. Okay, so we have went 100 electric miles, and out of the 100 electric miles, I've gotten 83.5 miles of real world range. So if my theory is correct, I am getting about 84% of the battery of the electric miles per 100 miles. So at any rate, we've been riding a little over an hour. We've done 30% of my starting charge. I started out with 79%. We are currently, well, when I started doing this, I was at 49%, and we have gone 80. We had at the time gone 83.5 miles. So I've only had to touch the Super Cruise once, and that was because we went through a construction zone. So other than that, man, we've just been moving along. I've been sitting here just feet crossed, hands crossed, just staring at the road and letting the car do its thing. Man, I tell you, this Cadillac Lyriq, to be a sports car or a sports SUV, it is very comfortable. I've got my back massage going. I've got the ambient light going. And so we've got about another hour and we will be at our destination. And we're still on track to get to our destination with 21% state of charge. So with it being summertime or springtime, I'm not going to even have to go and charge tonight. So I'll pick up in the morning and go charge. So the next time that you see me, we'll be pulling up in Darien. And then we'll get up in the morning, go charge up a little bit, and get ready for the blessing of the fleet tomorrow. So we're coming into Darien, Georgia. It is about 12:12 in the morning, and tomorrow this whole area will be lined up with the parade. But for now, we're going to go to brother-in-law's house and chill out for a little bit and see what's happening. So we have made it to downtown Darien. Not that we need to charge tonight, um, but we're going to go ahead and throw a couple of minutes on the slow charger. They got free charging down here for people who are um, going visiting town and stuff like that, and then um, people that are going to downtown. So it's pretty quiet right now. So let's um let's see what we got here. So it is charging at about 7 kilowatts. So we're gonna walk up here to the head of the road real quick and see the setup for tomorrow, and then come back and we should have about 20%. So, but you got downtown Darien here, and that's the waterfront down there, and it's gonna be humming and buzzing tomorrow. So let's walk up here and see what we got going on. You can see here they're gonna have a lot of food vendors and all that stuff out tomorrow. This is probably where a certain group of folks are gonna hang out. Probably won't be where I'll be. So the friendly corner store there. So let's walk back down here, hang out at the car for a few minutes. But downtown Darien is pretty quiet this time of night. Let me hurry up and get across the street here. Got a car coming, turning right there. Got people riding their golf carts and stuff. Marsh Point, Nautical Treasures, C2C Printing. So these are local businesses that are right down here. So they're probably getting a lot of business tomorrow. Look at Lazarus.
What is dunk? What is that? Is that a dunk tank? What is that? I don't know. Hey! Go ahead! Go ahead!
that Freeway 55 or Highway 55 or whatever it is.
In the wrong spot. It seems to pull and then you turn to the other place. One time that's when they had it. They got heavy. It's like Queen Shirley's open and close quick. So you just open. I said, Jesus. And because the bill was going up.
Hey Google, take me to Dublin, Georgia.
Okay, Dublin. Let's go.